hello, and welcome everybody back to the stream. Today we are in the A320. What is that on the screen? There we go. That was weird. Anyways, today we're on the A320, and we're going to be taking this, it's a little short flight from Birmingham to, I already forgot where we're going, but we're going to EGPF. Doesn't take much for me to forget where I'm going. But let's see if I can remember here. Edinburgh. There we go. Need to come back eventually. So Birmingham to Edinburgh, about like 55 minutes in the air, something like that. It's not too much. We're going to be on VATSIM as well. I don't know if anyone's going to be online right now. I'm hoping that in Europe people are online. And we're using all custom scenery for this flight as well. So we'll be doing that. I want to say thank you to the channel partners before we get going, and the channel members. All the channel partners you can find in the description down below. And we have some new partners, Wingflex and Simworkshop, so be sure to go check them out. We'll be showcasing today the Simworkshop one-to-one replica E320 grip, which attaches to the Moza AB6 base. And also wing control, their entire, basically their entire A320 setup for wing control. I have their throttle, MCDU, ECAM, gear panel, autopilot, and then the Wingflex overhead panel, and also the wing control rudder pedals. So a bunch of stuff from wing control. Just trying to see if I can put this cord. Looks like we can't. I'm also going to be using the PU Air Korea radio panel. It's a universal radio panel, so that'll be kind of cool to use as well for VATSIM. Just logging into VATSIM right now. We're going to be EZY342, and we're an A320. Be sure to catch us live later today, by the way, guys, as well. We're going to be in the CRJ 900. Holy crap, Mike, or it's not Mike, sorry, Ian coming in with morning, can't wait to see you. And then he drops 5 gifted members for some random reason. I really appreciate that, Ian. Thank you so much. If you guys received a membership from Ian, be sure to go give him a thank you in the chat. Starting off strong. Aviator Ledger got one. Leaf, I don't know, sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Got a membership. M&M Sports. Tanner and Russ. Thank you so much, Ian, for the continued support. Really appreciate that. Hope to see you at Expo this year if you're coming, by the way. I saw you do a video on that, and I bought it within an hour. Can't wait to get it. Which one? The overhead panel? It's going good. Nice, Mike. Appreciate that. Hopefully everything's going well for you. It keeps going well for you, I should say. One thing with YouTube was yesterday or a couple days ago, I posted a video on the Simworkshop A320 grip, and for some random reason, it was taken down. I don't know why, but I'm disputing that claim right now because I was actually, like, I put some work into that, and it wasn't due to copyright. The music wasn't copyright. I've used that music all the time, so I don't know why it went down. So I've inquired on why. Oh, the radio panel. Yeah, the PR radio panel is real good. It's cheap and simple. But anyways, guys, we're going to hop in the flight deck here. We'll start off on the iPad. We'll get our Fenix app all loaded with where we're going. That's fine. We'll go mass and balance, load aircraft, instant load, as you guys know I do here. And we can send that to the McDo. Coming up over to the overhead panel, literally, we'll go ahead and grab our IRS switches to nav. And nav. Coming down, we're going to select our crew supply on. I'm using this with the overhead panel, the Wingflex overhead panel, by the way. Our batteries actually should have been on from before, but that's I think I had them off from the overhead panel. So we'll select battery 1, battery 2. The external power has already been applied. Alrighty. Let's come down here and select our nav lights to 1, which they already are. Our smoking signs can come on as well. And armor slits can go to the armed position. That's the overhead panel taken care of. It's not a pretty complicated overhead panel. It's actually pretty good. Coming on down to the MICDO. Put the camera up here for you guys so you guys can see. And I can see this is also messed up with what it's showing. There you go. Subscribers in the top right there, and I see our overlay isn't working either. Let me refresh that. There you go. Overlay's up and running. Now we know what we're doing. So we have the... This is the Simworkshop A320 replica joystick on the right-hand side here. And then on the left, we have the wing control throttle setup plus the MICDO. So we'll be using the MICDO. We're going to go to the ATSU button. And then AOC menu, flight init data request. And we'll go ahead and press the init button once it's finished there. Just make sure. We're going to press the request init button at the top right corner. Clear all those warnings there. Going to be flight 342. I'm going to go fast, so cost index of 85. And the cruise of 280. Next page. We got the block fuel. We've planned for a block fuel of 10.5. We're at 10.5. Basically 10.6 actually. It's 560, so we'll round up there. Okay, we can select the flight plan button. Birmingham. And departure. We are planning the Louis 1 departure. And let me just quickly get the weather going here. Weather. Just so I got an idea of what's going on. So Birmingham weather is quite low IFR, but it's not too bad. It's drizzle, rain, overcast 400 feet. Dew point and the temperature are really close together, so that's usually a bad indication of some stuff. But the wind is 090 at 12, so I mean, I guess we'll take 15. It's not much of a great runway choice. The Louis 1, and we'll go ahead and insert that. And then over there in Birmingham, we'll select the arrival. The weather over there, it's 090 at 20. That's pretty a little bit of wind there, broken 1600, so not as bad as here. We can go ahead and select the ILS 6. And that will be on in P1. That one right there. Go ahead, execute that, or insert that, I should say. We'll select the perf button, and we'll go back to the iPad here. Departure. Runway 15. We're going to select wet, sync, calculate, and we're going to send all this 34, 47, 48. Flap 1, nose down, 0.6. And oops, we'll send it over. So you can see our numbers have been set. We're going to press the secondary flight plan button, copy active, and we'll go to init, wind request. We'll get that going as well. Dilly, yeah, we are in VATSIM. We are. Morning, no Expo this year. I'm going to be back home in Toronto during Expo working on the house. Oh, I think we mentioned about that, yeah. Well, hopefully you can find some way to come out for one day. But yeah, it's going to be probably expensive. By the way, guys, feel free to come join us later tonight at around 7:10-ish p.m. We're going to be flying the CRJ 900 back to our roots and we're going to do a classic little Toronto DC flight. So we'll be doing that tonight. All right, so the FMS is basically all programmed up. Let's go ahead up at the overhead panel, and we're going to select our APU master on right there. And with that, you'll see that the bottom selection screen selects the APU screen. We'll press the start button, and the APU will start up. Now our IRSs still aren't aligned, so we can come up here. Oh, where was it? Oh, this one doesn't have one. Yeah, some A320s have a panel here. You can check. You can check the status of the FM or the IRS. So there's probably somewhere else to do that, I guess. That's okay. It'll come online eventually. It's probably in here. There it is. IRS aligned in 3 minutes. Sam, hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Did you change your logo? I swear you used to have a different logo. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Dilly says, I'll try to do that flight with you. The DC one? Yeah, come with us. Everybody's welcome to join. I'm going to press B for the altimeter setting. It'll get set for me there automatically. And we'll select our start here, the climate altitude. We're going up to, looks like 6,000. So we'll set in 6,000 right there. Everything else is managed. We'll turn our constraints on here, constraints on there. We finished refueling all that, so we can go ahead and throw the seatbelt sign on as well. I don't think we're under VATSIM control right now. Let me go check. Nope, I don't think so. So we'll just go on Unicom, which we already are on. In Europe, they don't have a CTAF, and we shall just push back at our own discretion. Our transponder, we'll leave it at 2,000. We'll leave it on. I like to have all set, not above personally. Okay, that's all good. Predictive wind shear can get selected on as well. IRSs are done in 2 minutes, still waiting on those. So we're just kind of chilling until that point. But the APU is on, so we can go select the APU bleed on as well. And we can select the ground power switch, deselect to off. Up here, what I've been told, let's quickly check our fuel. You can see we have fuel in both wing tanks, but nothing in the center tank. So what I've been told is, I don't know if this is all A320s, but what I've been told by a 320 guy is the 320s in their fleet, at least, is on-off pumps. And so if you have no center tank fuel, you're going to leave these deselected. Actually, I guess this, yeah, so selected out. And then the other two pumps, your right pumps and your other wing tanks pumps, you'll turn on because we have fuel in these pumps. Now in the 321, they're auto pumps, so everything goes dark. But in the 320 series, apparently you leave these off. It could be their fleet. It could be all 320s. I'm not sure. I'm going to do it the way they said, and that's it. So we're going to leave our fuel just like that. All right, the IRS is coming up online there. We're going to throw the beacon light on, so someone told me that when you touch the beacon, GSX starts to do stuff. I don't like that. Personally, it's not how real life works. In real life, once the beacon gets turned on, the ground crew can't approach the aircraft. So it shouldn't be that. It should be I have to call, like they should be connected. And we say, hey, we're going to get a clearance. Communication checks okay, parking brake set. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's get a clearance. We'll stand by. Then I tell them, hey, okay, we've been cleared to push, face whatever. And then we turn, it's before we give that call, that's when the beacon light comes on, just before I tell them we're cleared to push. We like to leave the beacon on or off as long as possible. So other traffic, because as soon as you turn that beacon light on in real life, people, the other cars that are going from left to right, they're stopping for you because they're thinking you're pushing. So now you're backing up the whole airport operations and stuff. So that's technically not real. No, you're not. You're not even connected. See, like right now, she would not be able to do that. Technically. And the reason I'm harping on it is because I hate GSX as a program, so I want them to change that. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go to Expo since Minneapolis is essentially decided right now. Yeah, I think it's going to change. I think by then it's going to be a little different. I wouldn't let that ruin your experience. From someone who flies to the States quite frequently, just go about your business. The news is the news. I'm gonna stop at that. But try not to let it ruin your experiences as much as you can. Does the Fenix weather radar work? I think so. I think it has like a satellite based. I don't think it's actually like a real weather radar that's in the nose that they're trying to replicate. But you can have look a few. Oh, sorry. But you can have a look on the fuel page when the switches are on and there is no fuel in the center tank. The pumps stay off. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing what he said. I'm doing what he said. Apparently, in real life, they're a Venturi tube versus the jet type pump in the A321. So that's how they do it. So that's what I'm going to do. It's a different pump style. Didn't mean I can't walk into the giant blender when the blinking beacon is on. Yeah, exactly. Don't do that. Do not do that. Alrighty, so we're all basically ready to push. There's like absolutely nobody here. How do I tell this person to push? Okay, we're gonna go nose right. All right, we can do that. Surprised I didn't get a due to icing conditions. All right, guys, I'm going to turn the sound of the sim up. I forgot to do that. I always play with it quite low, actually, because I don't really care. But I'll put it up, and we're going to... okay, and we'll bring the sounds on as well. You guys got to tell me when I don't have those sounds on. And we're going to spool number 1 first. We'll select the starter to the number 1. Those should be off. That's from before. We'll let those kind of stabilize a little bit, and then I'll select number 1. All right, spooling 1. There's the pack starting to drop off there. Nice. We'll start number 2 here. Nice. We'll bring those sounds back on down to a reasonable level. We're going to be flying from the right-hand side today, guys, so hope you enjoy that. By the way, guys, hopefully you've pressed the like button already. you haven't, can you please go ahead and do so? Alrighty. Tow truck has been gone and disconnected. We can come up to the overhead panel here. Select our APU bleed off, our APU master off, and come down over here and select our ignition back to normal. Spoilers arm, flap 1. We can go and check our flight control. Let's disengage our nose steering from the rudder, and we're going to go full left. Full right. And we'll go full down. Full up. Rudder left. And rudder right. Nice. Everything nice and free and correct. We'll re-engage our nose steering. We're going to select nose down to 0.6 actually it was. 0.6, and with that we can select our auto brakes to the max position. And everything else is looking like it's pretty much good to go. Whoop, a little bit of a stutter there. Alright, let's go ahead and throw the taxi light on. And that's about it for the overhead panel. There's absolutely like nobody here. So I'm just gonna taxi, and that's it. Park and brake off. I hate that line, and then they ask you to have if you had a good engine start 2 seconds after they tell you to set the park brake. Yeah. Oh, she's a little heavy this one today. That's all good, Ian. Looking at Uber Eats to buy a 500 gig or 1 terabyte SSD from Best Buy. I wouldn't do that, man. Someone's gonna take that. All right, we're gonna press our TO config button. We got normal. And we're clear both left and right. What's the temperature around here? Let's see. Five degrees. We can go through our. We'll throw our wings and cowls on. Oop! Smack the camera. There we go. And get back on that center line there. I'm gonna go change my performance numbers as well. So anti-ice will be engine and wing on, and we'll go and sync, calculate, and we'll send those new numbers: 39, 51, 51. That's okay. Anything below 10 degrees with active preset, you're gonna want to have those on to prevent anything from building, if you can. Sam, appreciate it, Sam. Cool. Then at penny theft, and I sue them for it. Yeah, good luck with that one. You'll be in court for years. What's Viz, wind, and ceiling? Let's go check that real quick for you. The wind is 090 at 13. And then we got drizzle, rain, overcast 400. It says 2400, but I think what they're trying to say is 2400 meters. So that's a ton. This is more than a mile. You can see the trees off in the distance. And I'm at about a halfway mark of the 10,000 foot runway. So 10,000 feet, 5,000 feet, a mile's about 55 or so. So we definitely have a mile of viz for sure. Real world, you'd be getting RVR reports though, most likely. Yeah, we're good on viz. Let's look up what the minimum viz is just for funsies. So we'll go to the taxi chart, or taxi section, takeoff mins. If all the lighting is working, it's 125 meters, which I do not know what that is in feet. let me quickly check here. .410 feet, so 410 feet's quite low. Where I fly in the RJ, our lowest is 600 RVR for taxi takeoff. Never even seen that low of an RVR. I've seen, 12s and 15, but alright, we'll start applying the brakes just nice and gently. Birmingham traffic, it's easy 342 line runway 15 at Alpha. Alrighty, let's grab our landing lights, nose light to takeoff mode, runway turn off lights on, strobe lights on, whatever, we'll throw the wing lights as well. It'll be Christmas tree mode. We're going to come down here and throw our TCAS to TA and RA. And we got the engine and wing anti-ice on. So we're all good there. If you guys are members of the chat, I would really appreciate a flex emoji in the chat there, if you guys have access to it. FS Labs 321 with Pratt & Whitney's engine is out. Ooh, I should have streamed that. I'll have to go take a look at that one. Thanks for that. You got the whale sound on point? Nice. That's low? Yeah, it is quite low. It is quite low viz that we could taxi in real world. Captain Jack, hey, welcome. I'm gonna read your comment. We're just in the air here. You guys ready to go? A little bit of nose down pressure, just a little bit to hold our, or for better nose wheel steering. We're gonna run these engines up to 50 N1. Bring the sounds up actually for you. Flex. Pretty good sounds. MSFS SRS runway, and the auto thrust is below. 80s checked. Man, this Simworkshop joystick still feels so good. There's the V1. Rotate. And with that positive rate, select the gear on up. No need for the wipers, guys, because obviously we're not going to be needing to see anyways, and there's a risk of overspeeding them, so don't even bother with those. Start to nose down a little bit, and then I'm going to go into climb thrust. And we can select number... Actually, we'll keep hand flying a little bit. She hand flies real well with this grip. Gonna select flap 0. Just about now. Flap 0. Go ahead and disarm our speed brake, and we'll grab our nose and turn off lights off. Leave everybody seated right now, flight attendants included. Might actually reselect those flaps, we'll see. Alright, and because there's no one here, I'm just going to allow myself to go higher, and we'll pre-plan for 26,000 feet. Now we're leveling off for 6,000 feet here. Select the autopilot number 2 on. As I said, everybody's seated, flight attendants included. No one's getting out of their seats just yet. Wing and anti-ice is still on. It says ice not detected, but in real life, this weather is like, ice loves this weather because you got, it's like not too cold, but it's not too warm, and it's what, -2 sat and 7 on the temp on the tap. Standard on the altimeter there. Gonna let the FAs out of their seats once we're on this. Once we turn away from this stuff here, climb a little bit above it. Thanks for the flex emojis in chat. Appreciate you guys. Hey buddy, great to see you this morning. I'm working from home and you have on top of the screen. Glad to stream today and hope you're doing well. I gotta catch up sometime soon. For sure. Hopefully you can fly with us later, Jack. We're taking the CRJ from Toronto to DC. 7 my time. I don't know, I think that's like 6 for you? 5 for you? Alright, everybody's, we should be clear enough out of that. There's no ice detected, so wing and engine ATIs can get selected off. We'll give them the signal to get out of their seats. And now the flight attendants can start walking about. Here comes 10,000 feet. Landing lights can be selected off as well. And we got our pressurization is checked. Cabin altitude already 3,000 is quite incredible actually. And the belts are still on. Frank, hey, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Ominous dark clouds, yeah, for sure. I'll have to join you of these days sooner than later. Allegedly, my own new PC arrives next Thursday, so I'll be out of 2020 and something more current. Nice, yeah. You're gonna like 2024. Yeah, we can try the weather radar. I don't think the tilt worked. Yeah, so you can't tilt it because I want to tilt it down to see all the rain because up there is pretty clear. But yeah, it doesn't really seem like it. That's more like a satellite. That's like way too accurate. Like that's not how that would look in real life. But yeah. Just gonna try something real quick. I'm gonna disengage the autopilot. We can re-engage that. I'm getting bumped around quite a bit here. It's okay, the belts are still on. When do you put seatbelt sign switch off? It's whenever you can. So for us in the CRJ, as soon as we're doing our after takeoff checks, which are done through like 3,000 feet, if it's a beautiful day and there's no turbulence, we can turn it off right there. But most guys don't do that. But usually we get it through, if it's completely smooth, usually through 8,000, and then through 10,000 we have a discussion about if they're still on. But we're keeping it on right now because you can see where it gets quite bumpy, so there's no point to release anybody. I know we talked about me ordering the computer and the fact it was $750 more than when we talked 2 weeks ago. Unreal, yeah, it's probably the RAM. You're probably just paying for RAM. Positive rate, welcome, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. And the card, I know the GPU marked spooked a few weeks ago, and I felt that they were too least ordered and paid. Oh, yeah, the graphics card did go up too. Everything's went up. Do you use Rex Atmos Core? I have it. I don't really use it that much. I don't really find it adds that much to the sim. I don't think it's necessary for what I do. I don't really care for it personally. Some people love it though. Thanks for the subscription, whoever we got. Thank you so much. On the answer, but what are you using to mount your Moza base? I have the standard Moza desk mounted, and it's lower it anymore. I'll bump during calibration. Yeah, I just used the basic. I just used the default Moza AB6 base, whatever it came with. You might be able to find a HOTAS mount on Monster Tech. And if not there, maybe Amazon, like just regular HOTAS mount, but I just use the one it came with. Really appreciate you guys stopping by. We got 19 of you watching, so thank you so much for that. Oh, looks like we have an ATIS over there in Edinburgh. There's show information Lima. Runway 6 is being used. Transition's $8,000. 10-mile viz, broken 1600, so it's like marginal VFR down there. These clouds don't look too nice. What do you think of MSGS clouds? I think they aren't so true to real life. They're quite overly detailed and just something doesn't feel right. Well, they're okay. I don't know. Like they're gonna be video game clouds, right? Like you got this stuff like constantly disappearing and like weird stuff going on, but it's whatever. I don't really mind. I do have Active Sky, but Active Sky is useless. It used to be amazing, but yeah, not so much anymore. But I can turn Rex Atmos on if you want to see what it does. Let me turn it on. I have some presets already loaded. Hopefully it doesn't crash the sim. Specs, it's all in the bottom of the description there for you, the very bottom description. But 5080, DDR5, 64 gig. And 14700K. There's Rex on right there. To me that looks worse. Like I got rid of that nice golden hour. Thanks. It's a great bracket, but being 6'5", I have longer arms, and he decides to lower than Moza brand mount can go. Yeah, I'm sitting at 6'3", and for me it's not too bad. I usually play center stick in DCS, and it works well for that too. But yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Monster Tech is probably the best mounting you can find, though. What presets? I forget what it's called, but I just had them from a long time ago. That's just like realistic or something like that. But I've tried a bunch of them, and I'm just like, the base game looks like, who am I to say that this cloud is supposed to be there? Or, you know, that I don't change any of that stuff. So I just leave it on the base game. It was good in 2020. It looked cool, but I think it's more gimmicky in 24. Really, personally, just like in my opinion, FS realistic is not really necessary. But yeah, looks like we're getting bumped around quite a bit still, so it might be a belts on the whole time. We're also riding the tops of this crap, so let's see how far up top of descent is. Maybe we can, yeah, let's go up to 28,000. Get out of these, let's get out of these bumps. Get some nicer air for these folks back here. I have both active sky and live weather working together on 24. Would you say keep both or toss either or? Yeah, I would do one or the other. Honestly, I from the tests I did. Now this was when active sky came out for 24. From the tests I did, the active sky was like wrong, like 80% of the time. So I just by looking at my window and stuff. So I just use default. It seems to work quite well. I think honestly, all the stuff that's extra for 24, you don't really need it. Like it might add something here or there. Like the historic weather is kind of cool. In active sky, you can put in historic weather, but other than that, I mean, the live weather in 24 works just fine, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the video you did on the Airbus overhead. Neat piece of gear, but way too expensive. Guess they have to charge that, but price. Yeah, it's insane. It'd be like, it's what, 600 USD. So yeah, it's quite expensive for sure. Little too expensive if I was buying it as well. Eddie, hello, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. What do you think of a fair price for that would be? So I have no idea how much it costs to make it and all that stuff. I don't think it would cost too much. It's just basically probably like an Arduino board with some buttons and stuff. But I'd say if to make it marketable to the average Airbus user, $350. And no more than 400 would I place that at USD. That way it's the price of, it's about the same price as like a full FCU and EFIS together. That's kind of where I'd put it. If they can do it for 300, they'd get a lot more purchases. $599, it is great quality. It's plug and play. But it's a little steep. If I was purchasing, I wouldn't purchase for 600, and that's just because I would rather just use the mouse. Now, someone who's making a flight deck or a cockpit, all right, let's keep going up. Let's go to 32,000. Someone making a flight deck in their house and needs like a miniature overhead panel, by all means you can send it. And I'd rather buy this one personally than the Rosefire one. I think the Rosefire one is severely overpriced as well. But if you got the cash, it is a great overhead panel. The other thing is, I'm not an Airbus main. Like, if you're an Airbus main, it's all you fly, or maybe you fly it in real life and that kind of stuff, then I can probably justify the price for myself. But I fly all sorts of stuff. I'm in the F4 and DCS one day, and then I'm in a CRJ the next, and then I'm in a 727. So the price is a little steep, but it is definitely very good. If I was going to save that type of money, then I would buy either a Moza yoke or a flight stick. Yeah, the Moza yoke is great, and the Moza AB6 is fantastic as well. By the way, guys, if you do want to check out anything from Moza, I do have a link down in the description you guys can use that does support the channel, so I would really appreciate that. If you play a lot of DCS or Airbusing, the AB6 or AB9 from Moza is fantastic. The AB6 blew me away more than the yoke blew me away, I'll be honest with that. The yoke is great, but you feel so much more force feedback through the stick when you're flying something like an F-18, or not an F-18, but like an F-14 with or an F-4 or a Warbird. Yeah, I agree on that suggestion for the price point. Really cool, and it would be good to have one, but could have both Boeing and Airbus. Yeah, if they could do like, an Airbus overhead and then like a 2-for-1, like an Airbus and a 737 overhead for 600. I'm like, okay, fine, that's fair. 2 overheads for 600, so 300 each. But 600 for one overhead is a little steep for that, in my opinion. We'll be having this Thursday night flights group tonight, flying Seattle to I don't know what that is. SJC, Super Bowl. It's group that flies together on Thursday's neat group. Oh, that's pretty cool. I wish I knew about that. Yeah, I planned a flight over to DCA, so I can't join tonight, but I'll try to join next Thursday. I think I'm off next Thursday. It's looking like we actually already got to start descending on down, so let's go ahead and do that. So couldn't really get out of the weather, unfortunately. It's going to ask for more drag, so we'll go ahead and give it more drag. There it is, more drag. Let's go ahead and set this thing up as well. I keep talking. Yeah. All right. Alrighty, Navigraph. Let's go weather. And the QNH. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Let's find the right one. Birmingham. No, Edinburgh is where we're going. Weather. QNH is 992. A temperature of 4 degrees. So we're gonna have our anti-ice on just until we're out of that cloud layer at least. We're going in it right now. Not just yet. Doing the ILS 6. What way are we flying? We're flying north right now. We can take it from Tila if needed. The barometric altimeter minimum Cat 1 is 310, which puts you 200 feet above the ground, so that's all been set. Flight plan, Edinburgh, arrival. We're going to approach vias, and I'm just like Tila. There we go. That's all been inserted already, so we're good to go on that. I'm giving you as much drag as possible, airplane. Can't give you more drag than that. We should have Edinburgh Tower online. It'll be 18705. I'm going to use the PU Air Korea radio panel to tune this. 18705. You're not going to see it until I switch the frequency over, unfortunately. go ahead, and the belts are still on, but I haven't come off the entire flight. It's been a bumpy road, unfortunately, the whole way. Yeah, Jack, for sure. Remind me on maybe Tuesday next week or Wednesday, and I'll try to do that. Sounds kind of cool. Yeah, I was flight the F-15 the other day in 24. Very fun plane to fly. Yeah. Give it a try in DCS. I think you'll enjoy it a lot more. DCS flight models are, in my opinion, they're vastly superior to X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim. They're really good stuff, and you can actually use the airplane when it's for its intended use. I think you'll like it. Airtones, hello, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Be sure, guys, to let's turn the wing and anti-ice engine anti-ice on as well. Be sure to check our stream later tonight, guys, at 7 p.m. We're going to be streaming the CRJ 900 from Toronto to DC. Is interesting, correct pronounce is Edinburgh. Learned that watching British comedy, the drama. Oh, I thought it was Edinburgh, but Edinburgh. Yeah, that makes sense too. We're going to go ahead and retract our spoiler. Let's go ahead and get flight recorder loaded up as well, just so for later we have it ready to go. Now, this has been a bumpy flight the whole way. It'll be a miserable experience. Well, supposed to be 20 knots of wind down there, which is not too crazy. But if it starts gusting and everything, we'll bug up some extra knottage. And in case of a wind shear, decreased performance, the calls will be wind shear. And I'll select the toga thrust, and we're going to continue to climb away and focus on climbing, not descending. And then we'll stay configured in our wind shear escape maneuver until we're clear of the wind shear, and then we'll start grabbing the gear and the flaps and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna give them the double chime now so everybody gets back in their seats. There we go. Meaning flight attendants, because everyone should have been already in their seat, but no one really listens to that. You'd be surprised how many times you have the seatbelt sign on, and even taxing, like people try to go to the bathroom, it's like, no, you can't do that. keep the anti-ice on just for a little bit longer for the stuff coming up in front of us there, as it's +1 and -10 on the SAT. So yeah, I'll still need that. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of it just for a little bit in hopes I can help the airplane descend. I'm not sure if this airplane is the same as the RJ, but in the RJ, if you turn the wing and engine anti-ice on, the engines, yeah, see, they have a higher idle to provide bleed air to that system, which means you're going to be harder to slow and descend. So hopefully this can help it out. I'm going to have to turn it on here shortly again, though. Wow, that's just default turbulence from the sim. Very bumpy. It's chase plane in the sim, yeah. Yeah, chase plane's really good. Alright, there's 7,000 feet. We're back in, just about to get back in the stuff. We'll throw that wing and engine anti-ice back on there before we get into the stuff here. Through 10,000 as well, we can grab our landing lights on. Kind of missed that. We've already dinged our belts. The pressurization is depressurizing, so everything there is good to go. We're going to go through our transition altitude there. And it's I'll press B button, 992. We're going to select a flap 1, actually no, we're going to keep a flap 0. It's just the airplane got slow is all. Go ahead and arm our spoiler. Turn the cameras back on for you. We're going to go over here and select our PU Air Korea panel. I'm going to switch over the frequency there, and it's popped up. 18705. Coming up is 210 at above 6,000, so we're looking good. I'll give him a ring up here. If he's still in line, that is. Looks like they are. Landing 6, we're going to try to exit on Charlie 3. That'll be an auto brakes medium. Edinburgh Tower, it's EZ342. We're basically on the left downwind runway 06, planning ILS 06 via Tango Lima Alpha. Okay, we'll report when established ILS 6, EZ342. Here comes the path to start descending us on down a little bit lower. My last 2 live streams in the DC3 over the last week, the Great Flying 24, was able to set up instrument panels and all really fun. Low and slow flying, check them out when you have the time. Yeah, for sure. I didn't even see the live notification. I have to go back and check it. Yeah, the DC3 is a little cool little bird there. Go flap 10. Yeah, this is like, I don't know why the sim's not saying ice not detected. This is like perfect, it's perfect anti-ice weather. Or it's perfect icing weather, I should say. Because you got to remember, in real life, it's not just about the temperature. I mean, it is. It's you know, it is +2. But the reason it's +10 and below is icing you can encounter is because as air goes over this wing at the top, air accelerates. And when air accelerates, there's 3 things that happens. Obviously, the temperature is going to decrease. So this, you can think of it going over a corner. As it goes over the corner, it's kind of turning around that corner. So 3 things happen when it goes around that corner there. The velocity is going to increase, but the pressure and the temperature are going to decrease. So if that, let's say that air is 2 to 5 degrees, and it hits this wing, and then it goes over the top of the wing, velocity is going to increase, but pressure and temperature are going to decrease. So now that 5-degree air is now maybe -10, -5, whatever it goes to. And if it has moisture in it, that's where the risk of icing can come in. So that's why it's +10 degrees of you can encounter icing. If anybody didn't know, that's why it's 10. So it gives you a bit of a buffer room. So this would be perfect icing weather. All right, we're going to bring our landing symbology up, both on the left and the right-hand side. And we're going to select our approach button. There's the glide slope and localizer armed. Loc 2 is captured, or sorry, loc captured. I go for EZ342. Right turn was 030 for the ILS 06, and we've captured the loc EZ342. Flap 2. I'm gonna hold my speed here. No need to slow down any further right now. We're still at about a 15-mile final. Glide slope's alive. $180 to 60 me, number 1 EZ342, thanks. Like I'm already ahead of this guy. Arming the loc. Already 180. We think the same. Yeah, the airplane was ready to just slow me all the way down, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. Let's keep it a little bit quick. Missed approach is straight ahead to 3,000, so a nice easy missed approach. Once we capture the glide slope, I will select our altitude selector to 3,000 feet. Alright, glide slope captured, 3,000 feet is set for the missed approach. We're going to hold the gear for a little bit. Runway's in sight, it'll be a visual landing. The icing's not a factor anymore, so the wings and engine can come off. Not cleared to land, so we're going to hold these lights off for the time being. And we can grab our wing light off as well. Forgot about that one. Don't need that anymore. Definitely is a bit of a wind. Should be nice. All right, we're gonna grab the gear at around 6 to 7 miles or so. That's a nice little approach. Yeah, so there's no point to put gear right now because I can't. He wants me 180 at 6 miles. So if I add gear, the engines have to use more fuel. That's all that would accomplish really at this point. So I'm gonna wait till about 6.5, and then we can grab the gear and start slowing her down. And as soon as that's 6, I'm just gonna press that button on in, a speed button on in, and it's gonna go to our managed calculated VRF speed. All right. 6.5 is coming on up. Gear down. And managed speed. Good land 06 CZ342. Okay, lights are on. Flap 3. Let's press the record button. Flap full. All right, looking at the airplane here, we got about a 40 knot wind out of the right. It's probably going to drop off, so you can expect a little bit of a decreasing performance somewhere coming up shortly. It's pretty high VRF actually that's calculated for us. 142 on the approach. Let's bug that in. 142. Don't know why it's doing 150. 35. Yeah, it should be more than enough because it's not a gusting wind. It's just a higher wind. And we're gonna go autopilot disengaged. I already called visual landing as well. Oh, there's a shear. Correcting height. It is actually gusting a bit more, so we'll add 145. That's 10 added onto the VREF, so should be more than fine on that one. Key in this kind of weather is try not to over control too much. We are going to go ahead and nose up just a little bit.
Above.
Checked.
Minimum.
Landing. We have to decrab the airplane with rudder to the left.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Get her on down. Oh, sorry about that. My brakes weren't disengaging there. Keep her on going. My fault. Sorry. We'll get off quick for this guy here. Want to stop our recording? Stan 11 and Alpha Foxtrot 1, easy 1342. I have no idea where that is, so let's check where Alpha is. Alpha Foxtrot 1. Looks like a right-hand turn, Alpha. Yes, right-hand turn. We'll go ahead and grab our flaps all the way up. Disarm our spoiler as well. Light-wise, we can go ahead and get rid of our landing lights. Runway turn off. Nose can go to taxi. Strobes can come off. Everything else is good to go. Are you finding any sort of feel difference with the boot and a new side stick? Anything that would make it better than the Moza MX3 side stick? The only thing is it has this little rest point, like the real one does. Other than that, it's an Airbus stick. The Moza one will do just fine for you, but this one will take... Oh, that guy just makes my Foxtrot one. I'm going to do a really hard left turn. There we go. I wasn't expecting ATC on today. There we go. Oh, that might say 4 on it. Oh, straight in. All right, that's nice. Let's see. I'll get to the comments in just 1 second. Gate 11. Go ahead and start up our APU. It's a nice little airport. This guy has a strobes on at the gate there. Oh well. Oh, we got in just as the tower was closing. He's in the door. Alright. Parking brake is set. The APU is just coming online. I'll shut number 1 down. We'll keep number 2 online for just a little bit longer. Get rid of the cameras for you. And APU is on. We can select the APU bleed. And number 2 can come offline. We can go and select up here our... Oh, the tax light should have been turned off. That's my fault. Beacon light can come off as well. Seatbelts can come off. Fuel pumps can come off as well. So we're all good at the top. Whoa. Why the lag? Stop, game, please. Transponder can be selected back to the off position. And that's basically it. People would be able to start deboarding here. Beautiful little airport. But yeah, as I was saying, the Airbus grip, the Simworkshop it's very nice. It's beautiful looking. The only thing is, I think the only people that would really want to purchase it are for like home cockpit simulations. Unless you just love the Airbus and you want like a one-to-one thing, you can do the difference between this and CN Tech. They both make Airbus replicas, but other than that, the Moza should get you by. Great landing. Thanks, Ian. Nice deal as always, CFI. Thanks, Jack. Thanks for the input. I'm using V1 profile with 89 MA3X. If there isn't a huge, oh my gosh, just change. I may just keep what I have. Yeah, I mean, the main thing is the base. The base is what gives you the feel for the most part. So Like I have both of them here. 1 second. So this is the Simworkshop. This is the Moza. On the Simworkshop, the autopilot button is better, but I think I like the Moza click of this better. But that might be real. I'm not sure how they did it. The Moza has this seam down the center, which like molding wise is not really correct to the real Airbus. It also has this here and the hat. So just also general shape, the 1-to-1 gets the shape more like a real airplane, or more like a real Airbus. Even the bottom here is incorrect on the Moza. So there's some stuff, there's like a lot, this whole thing is kind of like an Airbus inspired joystick, where this is like an Airbus joystick. But it gets the job done either way. So let's go ahead and disconnect from VATSIM. And we're going to go over here and run the replay. So we'll go here and we'll press dismiss. Dismiss, please. Thank you. And we're going to go Phoenix, panel state, ready. Activate. I'm going to do all my switches back in the position so they match outside. Oh, let's get the parking brake back on there. Perfect. Sweet. And I'm going to press replay.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Yep, there is terrain ahead. We're landing. There's doors open. All right, let's fix that. Let's fix that. Stop here. I'm just gonna stop right here. We're gonna close all the doors here. Ground services. Close, close, close. Yeah. Get rid of you. Yeah. And let's see, chocks. Close, close. No chocks. Park and brake off. And replay.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Don't think.
Oh, it moved. Frickin' chase plane. I want you to stay. Actually, this is kind of a cool view. Simple takeoff. Yo, what's going on? A little late, but like button smash. Hey, thanks so much. We'll see you in a few hours, actually. We're just landing here in Edinburgh. Nice little gusty, windy day. A little bit of lag. Yeah, that was a pretty cool view, too. Let's zoom out of that a little bit. Probably could have afforded a tiny bit more nose up, but I'm really happy with that with the weather conditions. We fought the gusts nicely. We stayed on slope for the most part, and we decrabbed and kept it on center line. Nice safe landing in the center. In the touchdown zone as well. I'm happy with that one. I still like my Thrustmaster Airbus stick. Works for me just fine. Jack, if you get the chance, buy the wing control Airbus stick. That one, in my opinion, is far superior. And it's super cheap. Like, you can get on sale for like 80 bucks. Geez, it's almost like you're a real pilot. Oh, wait. Let's get some wing views here, why don't we? Thanks, Simple. Appreciate it. Really appreciate all you guys coming out, hanging out, watching the streams, watching the videos. Be sure to check later tonight. We'll be streaming the CRJ at around 7:30ish, Toronto to DC. really wish the don't sinks didn't happen on every like landing. It's so annoying. It happens in the replays at least.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Yeah, we're getting battered all the way around. All the way. We've been getting turbulence the entire flight. Ever since we've got wheels up, it's been turbulence all the way down. Getting thrown around. Everybody's probably sick on this airplane. I kind of want to do another approach. I love just backing up and like doing a bunch of approaches over and again and again and again. It's a lot of fun. It's a good way to test hardware too. Screw it, let's do one more for funsies. I just can't help myself. I just want to do more flights or more landings. I'll do all manual, so no auto throttle, no autopilot, no flight director. I'll just set a speed bug for myself about there, so just for just as a little helper.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
I like how the wind just goes up, down, up, down, up, down. That's the wind in Microsoft. If you take a look at the speed trend, it's up, down, up, down.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
40, 30,
Don't sink.
20, retard.
Don't sink.
I could do these all day. It's so fun. You just press replay,
Terrain ahead.
and you just do it again. I just find it a ton of fun. The replay feature is completely free. It's called Flight Recorder. Oh, it stopped me at it spawned me at a very low energy state. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. There is sometimes where a little bug where they'll spawn you out of the replay like really slow. Just watch out for that. But you'll have to do a stall recovery real quick.
Don't sink.
But anyways, it's a lot of fun to just keep practicing these. In windy conditions, it's a lot of fun for sure.
Don't sink.
And any normal condition, if you got a new plane, I really recommend doing this if you have a brand new plane you've never flown before. Fly it, no flight director, no nothing, no auto throttle, nothing fancy. Just practice staying on the slope.
20,
Don't
retard.
Oh, overflared it a little bit. I think the first landing was the best landing. But yeah, you just press stop. You just press replay, pause replay, bring it back to where you kind of want to take it from. Put the power kind of where you want, and then press stop replay. And then you're flying again. And then you can re-record a landing or do whatever you want to do. It's a little weird to come out of the replay, so you kind of have to get it configured a little bit.
Don't sink.
But
Don't sink.
she works okay for the most part.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Like for this one, we were pretty fast.
30,
Don't sink.
20, retard.
Don't sink.
But yeah, we'll do one more and we'll call it a day.
Too low.
I'm going to
Terrain.
press stop, but I'm also going to just do this so I have a bit more time to do an actual approach. I like to start myself low, and that way I can climb into the slope. Or just stay level
low,
into the slope. It's
terrain.
usually easier to do it like that.
Too low. Terrain.
We'll bug about 145 or so. And we'll just hold this altitude for a little bit. And we'll let that glide path come into us. But yeah, manual thrust, no autopilot, no auto land, or no flight director is what I'm trying to say.
Sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
40,
Don't sink.
30, 20, retard.
Don't sink.
Yeah, I find it a ton of fun.
Too low.
And then you can
Terrain.
replay the new one. So, yeah.
Don't-
Anyways, guys, we're going to end the stream there. I'll give you guys a few replays of this one. I'll give you a few replays of the other one. I'll give you a few replays of this one. And we're going to call it a day. Be sure to be here for the next stream, which is going to be, again, at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be doing an CRJ 900 over to DCA. What replay tool? It's called Flight Recorder. It's completely free. Had to work the flare a little bit more than I was. Just a little bit. Is that cover for the wing of the Warthog? The cover. Yeah. If you're talking about the Simworkshop, yeah, it does work with the Warthog as well. It's a pretty big flare. It looks worse from that angle than it did from this angle, though. See what the tower saw. Oh, that was fine. Yeah, it looks really bad from the back. Let's get another cool shot is the runway shot with chase plane. I'm just going to press nearest runway. And then I'll minimize that. Press play. Going to bounce for a bit. Hopefully catch the evening flight. Thanks for the stream and chat. Yeah, thanks so much, Ian. We'll see you guys next one. We're going to start wrapping this up. I'll do one more after this.
30, 20, retard.
And we're going to call it a day. So I want to say thank you so much for all you guys jumping in and watching the stream, watching the videos. Thank you so much. We will be live again tonight at 7 p.m. in the beautiful CRJ 900, Toronto DCA. Hopefully you guys can fly along with me, and we will be doing that. So without further ado, let's do the last replay of the night, or the day at least, and we'll call it there. Thank you guys so much.